So here, this is the FemTK kit I ordered from Kevin Ware. And I thought I'd unbox it and show you what was in it, because when I looked, I didn't see anything. So this came flat on top. At first I thought it was something decorative like a poster, but actually it looks like an extra piece of ABS that you could probably use to shim or fixings, and that's really handy. I know in the Anovos kit, people were asking about this because it's important to buy something that kind of matches, so you know when you paint it, it all looks the same. Obviously it came with a lovely packing slip, an extra piece here. Then these look like the shoulder bells, and he's labeled them right and left. I'm going to start stacking these up here. I'm not intently familiar with every single piece on it just yet. I think these are more like maybe things on the knees or elbows. I know you have to build all your own chest boxes and things. So you can see, let's see. It looks like he's included different brackets. This I'm pretty sure is part of the detonator, and it's just cut PVC. Oh, a cute little business card. Some meat and potatoes. Obviously, these are probably going to be some of the forearms. Or possibly, nah, they got to be there. Kind of cool, huh? I'm really excited about this build. And he's got them labeled A's and B's. And this has got to be the other side. Obviously, those are already too long. I'll be trimming them a little bit for me. I know it's made for a female, but everybody females in height range. I'm pretty sure this is going to go right around there. And obviously, I'm a little shorter than the 5'9" they recommended, and that would be kind of the other side. Some of these are different leg pieces, and they all have to be custom assembled. Yeah. Look like part of your thighs. Not your thighs, pardon me, your calves. Yeah, and he has left, inside, and right outside. So they're at least pretty decently labeled. And the good thing is, and obviously this is another piece to, you know, one of the, either the back or the front type of belts. You cut it out and you have to attach it yourself. The Anovos armor had quite a bit of cutting to do, and this one it looks like it does too. You can see looks like there's score marks where you actually cut it, and of course these return edges you sand off yourself. So this looks like our right inside and our left outside of our leg pieces, and they nest, so that's kind of nice. These has definitely got to be the thighs. Maybe. I don't think they could be anything else. Yes, this is definitely your thighs, your front thighs. Absolutely. And if they're identical, then maybe, I don't know. They're not labeled, but we'll have to see. Maybe you just pick which one would fit. Again, different. This looks like detonator parts. Oh my. It looks like he's giving you tons of things here to form parts of your belt. Tons of them in little bitty pieces. All of these have to get, you cut out yourself and you paint and you attach and glue on. And it actually looks like he's given quite a bit of extra. So you might have tons to work with. That's kind of nice. Again, I think that's the other part of your thermal detonator. It could be just the back plate you build on. These are obviously your shoulders. They attach your chest plates together. These appear to be, these go on your hands. I think that would be that one. They're not labeled, but you can kind of just figure it out. Oh yeah, this is obviously probably goes right around either your back or your front, kind of a kidney kind of thing, maybe a kidney plate. Oh, this was labeled front, so yeah, you can figure that out. Nice. And that's going to be like the corset part. That's probably the back, either the front. Nice form. And some of these and of course you can heat it and bend it a little to fit who you are. And this is obviously a more feminized torso. When I ordered the Anovos, I actually realized I didn't like the big cup look because it was for a guy. And that suddenly dawned on me, I'm not a guy. And this is definitely trimmer. Like you said, you can heat that and expand it a little bit. But definitely trimmer for a lady. I kind of like that. That's what originally attracted me to that, is I got my Anovos armor and realized how masculine it was. And I was just like, oh yeah. This is obviously the front chest plates. When you trim it down, you'll have these that are glued on here that come along the back there. And like they talked about, if you're a little bit of a bigger gal, which I'm a little bigger gal, you add shims using those pieces of plastic. You cut something out and you there's lots of shimming technique tutorials out there, and you just shim it to lengthen it and give yourself more room. But definitely that's definitely much more room for a bustier gal. That's going to be real cute too. And obviously there's going to be different types of fits. Let's see what else is in here. This is the back plate. Yep. This again is decently formed. You paint some of these things out, and you cut and trim and piece these all to whatever you need them to be. There's lines here, so I'm pretty sure you score along those lines. You can score and snap, or I have a pair of Lexan scissors. They're for cutting RC car bodies, and they're so fabulous. So you just cut. So I'm going to be using my scissors on these, and you sand it down. So yeah, and these are actually pretty decently rough cut. You don't have large chunks to remove. These look like belt pouches. Kind of nice. This looks like it's part of your thermal detonator. Snaps on, you paint it. Great. And this is obviously the butt plate. Yeah. And like they've talked about it, if you're a larger or a different size gal, then you can bend this out using a heat tool and bend it and conform it to what you need it to be. So we do have looks like 4 boxes for your belt that you make. And there's some other places, if you go to the forums on White Armor, or even if you join Kevin Ware's Facebook group, there's tons of people you can ask to get other accessories, like where do I get a belt? I know that RT Kittle, he sells belts. You can make them yourself out of canvas too. So there's tons of places if you ask around saying, hey, where can I get a belt? There's tons of small prop makers who make different things. And that looks like what's in your first box. So I also purchased the helmet with it because the regular helmet won't do if you're building the feminine trooper. So this is my helmet box. These I'm pretty sure are the ears. Not the ears, but they're the round pieces that go kind of over the ears on the helmet. And it looks like you can trim. You have to trim them a lot. And now that I look at it, I'm not sure why I have 2 sets. Maybe it's so you can mess one up. That would be actually really handy. Looks like in my bucket, I've got different bolts used to put things together in pieces. This is the trim. It's just automotive trim, actually, that goes around the bottom of your helmet and around the brow. This looks like the longer piece to go around. So if you mess it up or it's not long enough, you can probably complain, but just go buy some at the local hardware store. Oh, this is your green standard visor. Looks like he's cut it for you and formed it. Most people either attach this on the inside or they, I can't even see that because of that, so sorry. They attach it or glue it on the inside, and yeah, if you didn't see before, there was, you know, automotive trim, stuff like that. Or they actually take the time to cut out their own circles that are, not circles, but there's these weird shapes that actually go into the Stormtrooper helmet. So that's kind of cool. I like the green because you can see through it better, and a lot of times people can't see in. I'll have to see if this is one you can see, and it might be light enough that people can see into your eyes. And I have to see if it fits, but like you said, you have to always check the 501st reference page for the costume and see the costume reference library, they call it the CRL, and see what it is. And it looks like this is your helmet. Now, if you haven't dealt with ABS or any type of plastic like this, they are thin. They're very thin, but they're easily patched. That's the good news. You can patch them yourself, and they're easy to work with, so it's not too bad. It just takes a little bit of work. It kind of makes you appreciate more what's going on in the movies. It looks like this is covered with some sort of Vaseline a little bit. Maybe that's what he put on the mold in order to get it out. So it's a little slimy. You might need to clean it. But you can see, you know, these are easily, you'll have to, these get painted. And this is where these little round coggy pieces go. These pieces actually go in there. You paint them. And you have different, these are the brackets or little bolts. They're not brackets, sorry, they're bolts. To put on the earpieces, and different types of earpieces need 3 or 2, so you got to count and remember and stuff like that. Of course, you'll be cutting out the eyes, and you'll be cutting out the teeth and painting them the way that you feel. So, and then you can put mesh behind the teeth, or sometimes people cut them out and have to look. This has 3 little holes then to put on that earpiece, I believe. So that's that. And then this is the back of your bucket, and mine looks like it has some interesting 2 little indents here. That's probably accurate for what they're designed for in the comics. The trooper is actually in the comics. You see, you'll do a little trimming around here, and then these 2 pieces actually slide in together, and that's where that automotive trim will go. Kind of like that. Once it's all painted. There's specific colors of paints that you can buy at different hobby stores. They actually have the numbers for them. So you can get the decal stickers and paints. He also recommended in his letter and message about where you can get the specific decal stickers. But once again, you go to the White Armor forums and people will tell you, oh, this is the best place to go get them, or this is inexpensive. I would avoid eBay at all costs. Because they're overpriced and they're not well recommended, and you'll end up regretting it. You'll end up getting a better one anyway off of somebody from White Armor. Or my favorite group to join was the Anovos group, and even though this isn't an Anovos kit, those people have been building for years, and they just have lots of recommendations on how to shim or how to attach things and stuff like that. And Anovos is now the new licensed Star Wars gear, so they have lots of cool stuff. But yeah, so that's what's going to be in your FemTK kit by KW. Which is, he goes by Kevin Weir, but it's Imperial Surplus. So yeah, let the building begin.